Hello and welcome to Hank Games Without Hank. My name is John Green. Look who's on top of the league. It's us. Today I am going to talk about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. Speaking of hierarchies, we're on top of this one. Starting today we have John Green and John Green up front, as well as Bostock, Groberts, He Who Shall Not Be Named, Archibald Henville, Nate Archibald, and of course Bandelovsky. Does Bandelovsky have a name? He does, but I can't remember what it is. I'm still getting to know some of these guys. You know, I know Lionel Richie. I know Bostock pretty well. You know, I'm getting there. It takes some time. It's like being a teacher at a new school. You know, you've gotta get everybody's name down. So today I'm going to talk about Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, specifically why I hate it. It's apparently very controversial that I hate Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs, but it seems pretty obvious to me. So here's why I don't like it. One, there is extensive research showing that needs do not function hierarchically. And also, we have all experienced this in our own lives. Like, for instance, maybe you have been hungry, and maybe you recall that when you were hungry, you were still capable of yearning for love. There's something a little bit like both ethnocentric and like rich person centric about assuming that that those who are in what we call absolute poverty cannot have any desires other than to get out of absolute poverty. There's a lot of evidence that that's wrong, including like the first 40,000 years of human history, when you know, when people were doing lots of stuff, including making art and other stuff, in a way that wasn't hierarchical, even when they were very, very hungry and or starving and or, you know, didn't have any kind of agricultural surplus. So I just don't think it holds up to scrutiny is the main reason that I'm opposed to Maslow's Hierarchy of Needs. But I find it sort of like troubling and dehumanizing whenever people assume that like like you can't have one kind of that there's some kind of yearning available only to the he's so open. That was a great pass. That was a great pass to your husband. That was a great pass to your husband, and you didn't finish. That's disappointing because you're a finisher. The reason I'm disappointed in you is because you're a known quantity when it comes to finishing, and what I know is that your quantity of finishing is extremely high. That's disappointing. No! Everything is fine. You guys freak out about nothing. Green Eggs and Foderingham had it covered. By the way, the skies are threatening here in Swindon, but no rain yet. I feel like it rains in England a lot less than it did in FIFA 11. I'm concerned that climate change may have something to do with this. Anyway, so here's the thing. Like, to me, and again, I can't speak for look. I can't speak for what it's like to live in absolute poverty, but I have, you know, I can listen to people who are and who have lived in that situation, and you know, and I can certainly speak of what it's like to have other needs on Maslow's hierarchy that aren't self-actualization, and it did not take away my desire to you know. So for instance, like living in chronic pain. I know this from my friend Esther. I know it from other people I know. I've known it from having lived at times with chronic pain myself. Living with pain does not prevent you from making art or from wanting to make art or from being interested in art. It also does not prevent you from, you know, sort of like a fully, oh, what a great pass. What a great ball. Oh, but you know what? It was a beautiful. Wait, do we have a free kick? Okay, we have an opportunity. Just do I remember how to do this? No. God, I've been trying to learn, but all I ever kick it to is the wall. But I don't know. I don't know if that's my fault or maybe these walls are just fantastic. Bandelovsky passes to Groberts. Groberts gets the throw in. Then we get to look at Green Eggs and Foderingham. Oh, yeah, turn around. That's the stuff. Not a good pass. Oh, and he can't make up for it. That's a disappointing performance from Groberts today, I've got to say. I'm just going to come out and say it. Uh-oh, there's only one guy left. Fortunately, it's Nate Archibald of Gossip Girl fame, a program I've never seen, so I do not understand this reference. But is it funny? You tell me in comments. He does play soccer. There you go. Maybe it is Nate Archibald. Who married a Henville, I guess. Yeah, so but yeah, the thing, right? So the thing I was going to say is that it doesn't, to me at least, it doesn't preclude other needs. It transfigures those needs. So you're certainly more likely to write about pain if you're in pain. You're more likely, you're more likely to draw pictures of food if you're hungry. Like, but to me, it doesn't like to imply a hierarchy denies the ability of needs to transfigure other needs, which is like the core, to me at least, like the core thing that the real way that need works, which is that needs transfigure needs and not always in a hierarchical way. Yeah. So I find the whole I find the idea really overly simplistic and like I think it's, to me it's a failure to grapple with human complexity, with the complexity of human needs, with the complexity of human desires, and also, even though it is like wildly popular, particularly in American schools, there's quite a lot of evidence that it really doesn't reflect the reality of human experience. Not just, I mean, this is particularly true in like collectivist communities, but even in very individualistic communities like the United States, there's been a lot of research that just indicates that needs don't function in this pyramid-like way where you don't get to Y or Z until you've been through X, where you don't start to yearn for love until you aren't hungry. I think that if you're hungry and yearning for love, that both of those needs kind of like shape the other in very complicated ways that aren't simply one being bigger than the other. So yeah, that's my issue with Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Like this is not quite. I mean, Hazel Grace Lancaster's criticism of Maslow in The Fault in Our Stars is a little different from my criticism of Maslow. I mean, she's sort of simplifying Maslow's worldview. Oh no, everything is fine because we have green eggs and Fotheringham. Oh my gosh, that guy, he's a genius. He's just, I don't want to say that he's the greatest keeper in the history of Swindon Town, because we all know who looms large in that conversation. You know, we all know that there is a, in our history, there's one of the greatest, arguably the greatest player of any kind ever to put on the Swindon uniform in the form of Fat Lucas. But I mean, he is pretty darn good, that Wesley Crusher Fotheringham. Look at the Swindon Scarves. Look at the supporters. That tells me that we're going to score. That tells me that I'm reminded that I hear, I can feel them saying, "Come on, Swindon, get that ball, Green Eggs and Fotheringham." Yes. And then now they're saying, "Come on, you Reds." Here we go, boys. Here we go. Do you hear that? Do you hear the support? Oh, get it, ball, John Green. Damn it. Now I'm frustrated with myself because I feel like I'm disappointing. The supporters whom I love so much. Going attacking. Come on, we can do this. Just get the ball back. That's it. Pass. Great job. So, I think, yeah, and I also think, like, it's kind of underestimates like the human urge for leisure, the human urge for play. I think it, I think it imagines, and not just the human urges, by the way, but also animal urges, because I think it oversimplifies the lives of other animals as well. So yeah, I don't all the way buy it, and I think there's more research to back me up than there is to back up Maslow, and I feel like that's pretty widely acknowledged in psychology circles, and yet somehow has like not kind of gotten out into the wider world. And I think the reason it hasn't gotten out into the wider world is that Maslow's hierarchy of needs seems like something that should be true, and it kind of offers an uncomplicated answer to a very complicated problem. Speaking of oh, damn it. I probably should have just first timed that. I thought I had a little time in the box. Context is everything. Come on, boys. Come on. No, that's a bad pass. Yeah, so like, I mean, right now, like my, Maslow would say that my overwhelming need is to get a goal and score, but I'm still thinking about Abraham Maslow. Maybe not to the same degree. Maybe my need to get a goal is being shaped by Maslow's hierarchy, but yeah, I don't think it's as simple as X goes above Y. How is that not a foul? He literally threw me to the ground and I fell 45 feet. I slid across the world. That is ridiculous. Green eggs and Fotheringham. Go, 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 go. Oh, how did I not get the switch there? 88th minute. 88th minute. Frick! Schmerg! Who scored on me? Do they have John Donne? Noted English poet? No wonder they're doing well. This guy's 500 years old. They've got a zombie John Donne. All right, we can do this, boys. We're good enough to get the draw. Go get the draw. Oh no! Dispossessed? This isn't the Swindon I know and love at all. Oh no! We gotta get the ball back, boys. We gotta press. Press. Leroy Williamson. Oh, Leroy Williamson was setting up the goal, and the ref blew the whistle. Oh, Green Eggs and Fotheringham, who had a hell of a game, is just depressed. Oh, a smack on the bottom from his friend Jerry Koch, but it's all for nothing. Why do we even bother playing this silly game? Thanks for watching. Best wishes.